Do you want to sell more consulting services? Well, if you do, what I'm about to share with you will really help you. Hey, it's Michael Zupurski from consultingsuccess.com. And if you do want to sell more consulting services, if you want to increase your revenue and income, then what you should actually be thinking about is selling less. Here's what I mean. The mistake that I see many consultants make is they go in to try and sell a consulting engagement, and their top of mind thought, like really what they're thinking is, how can I sell the biggest possible engagement and project to a prospect, thereby making the most money? But that will actually work against you. Why? Because a bigger project, a larger engagement includes and really consists more risk for the buyer. There's time risk, right? What if we spend all this time and it doesn't work out? There's monetary risk. What if we spend and invest all this money and we don't get the result that we want? There's resource risk, right? We have to put all these different team members and move things around to be able to focus on this project. And then again, what if that doesn't work out? So there's a lot of risk associated with a bigger, longer, kind of quote unquote, more complex project. And so if that's where you're beginning your conversation with a buyer, you're giving them a lot more to think about, which is why many buyers, if you have not worked with them before and they don't know you really well, will hesitate. It's why you'll experience a slower sales cycle. So how do you reverse that? How do you actually get buyers to move through the sales cycle faster and thereby actually become paying clients sooner? Well, you do that by selling less. You do that by thinking about what is the minimum product, the minimum kind of service offering that you can provide to a client, to a buyer, that would still provide a great return on investment, or at least a good starting point of value, so that they can see firsthand that you don't just talk the talk, you actually walk the walk. You can actually deliver upon what you have shared with them that you can, and they get to start to build that relationship with you. They get to actually see what and see and feel and experience what it's like to work together. They can start to experience the value that you mentioned that you can provide right in real life. And therefore, because they're now starting to see value working with you, they're enjoying the process of working with you, they're seeing that you're actually able to implement or to guide them or to provide what you said that you would provide, and they're enjoying that process. Well, what does that now do? That puts them in a place where all the risks and hesitations they would have felt and experienced about a larger project before, now those fade away, right? Those risks really become non-existent. You've eliminated them because they now know what it actually feels like to work with you. And so therefore, when you go in with a much smaller project, what we call a discovery offering, you win initial business faster. And even though it's at a lower price point, what happens is you are able to win that faster. So you're actually winning that client, right? Starting to provide value to them, building the relationship. And therefore, because they trust you and all that is now in place, now they're much more willing to move to a larger engagement as a follow-on. And so you don't actually lose any benefit, right? There's some, like the big hesitation that consultants have is they go, well, Michael, but why would I try and sell only a $4,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 engagement when really what I want is a $50,000 engagement or a $500,000 engagement? Like, why would I leave that money on the table? And my response is, you're not leaving that money on the table. What you're actually doing is getting your foot in the door sooner by winning the engagement rather than having it delayed and delayed and delayed. And then once you have your foot in the door and you're able to build relationship, add value, you're still collecting some nice compensation, though smaller, but it's going to lead to that much larger engagement overall a lot faster and help you to to secure a longer term relationship with that client, because you're going to be able to start working with them a lot sooner. You might even find that you have clients sometimes or buyers who want to bring you in for a much larger project. But in many cases, it's not only in your best interest, but also the client's best interest to just have you do a smaller piece of work first, so that you can really see what's going on within the organization. You can see what's going on. You can kind of prove out some of the assumptions and hypotheses that you have, and therefore make that second project and third project much more efficient and effective, because you're not just starting from scratch. You've done some groundwork, whether that's in terms of a workshop, an audit, an assessment, an analysis, right? Some form of interviews or strategic kind of recommendations that therefore come from that. But that's what a discovery offer can look like. And if you want to increase your consulting sales and win more business, think about how you can start small rather than starting big.